a bitch out is straight up to back out immediately, turn around, cringe, and hide. And the only thing you're hiding from is your own greatness. Sure, there is possibility to fail, but that's where you learn. That's where you get stronger. That's where you grow. So all you're doing is hiding from opportunities to get better. Yo, if I don't press record, I'll never actually make this damn video. So, what's up? What's good? It's been a little while since we've been and we're back to chop it up, bro, because it's been a minute since my last drop. I don't even remember. My last one was about Saitama. If you haven't seen the Saitama video, check it out wherever, if I can put a thing for you to click. But check that one out, because I'm talking about consistency in that video, which is super hilarious, because I've been anything but that on YouTube or anywhere on social media. I'm not very consistent. It's whack, bro. It's like my whole thing on this channel is swing, right? To go for it, to give it your best shot. But the way I've been playing the game, it's like there's this big monster, right? This big hulking monster, and you gotta take it down, like, you know, because that would be the equivalent of success. You took down the monster, you slayed the dragon, you get the pot of gold and the princess or something like that, right? Like, that's success, right? And it's like, okay, I gotta take this thing down, right? But the way I've been playing the game, it's like I'm coming out like once a month, once every 2 months, once in the blue moon, throwing a sucker punch, blah, right? Drop a video that be taking dumb long to edit, right? But it's like not consistent. It's like I do that and then I'm gone. You don't see me for a minute. And it's like, just realizing you can't win the fight like that, bro. You can't do it like that, bro. Fighting like that, participating like that, where either you don't show up or when you do, it's super infrequent. Like, fighting like that, basically you being a bitch. It's like, yo, in order to be more consistent, like we was talking about in the last video, you gotta be able to show up. You gotta be willing to show up. And ultimately, if you don't show up, then you a bitch. And I've been realizing that I've been being a bitch. Or I realized that I've been being a bitch. And what I mean by that is this. Bitch is not an insult to anybody. Even though it can definitely be taken like that. But for my purposes here, it's an acronym, right? Bitch means to back out immediately, turn around, cringe or cry, and hide, right? Back out immediately, turn around, cringe, and hide. And bitching up is the equivalent to hiding from your own greatness, retreating from challenge, procrastinating for whatever reason you come up with, which is usually nerves or, of course, self-doubt, which ultimately comes down to a lack of belief. A lack of belief in your ability to actually carry out the task that you have imagined for yourself. And so if that's what it means to be a bitch, right? If that's what it means to be a bitch, and we don't want to be no bitches, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to be no bitches, right? So the first step to quit bitching up, the first step to not be a bitch, is to throw perfectionism out the window. Get rid of this idea of perfect. Rename it, right? Redefine it. Redefine what perfect means. From no mistakes, no resistance, whatever, to change our definition of perfect from whatever we have it as to finished, to complete, to getting it done. That's perfect. Even if it means that you might want to redo. Like, even if after it's done you want to do a redo, like, then do a redo. Just get it done. Like, that's all that matters, dog. Stop playing yourself. The only way to see something done perfect is to get it done. Like, think about it. In a fighting game, right? When you get a perfect on the opponent, that means that you got it done. It doesn't mean that you one-shotted them. It doesn't mean it was easy. You know, it doesn't mean whatever. The only thing it means is that you finished it efficiently without taking any damage.
And by damage, we mean psychological damage, as in you're mentally beating yourself up or getting mentally defeated, you know.
And so, if you are a procrastinator like me, if you're a perfectionist like me, basically you being a bitch. I've been being the bitch. I've not been dropping videos because I'm like, yo, when I shoot a video, it has to be perfect. Like, man,
making this video right now, I don't even want to be making this video.
Because I don't feel like it's somehow, for some reason I feel like it's not perfect. But it's perfect because we're going to work it. And we're going to make it worth it. And we're going to make it perfect. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, step 2 on how to not back out immediately, turn around, cry and hide, right? Or cringe and hide, which ultimately is a perfectionist game that they love to play and lose, right? And so after you throw perfection out the window and you redefined it, step 2 is to use anticipation to kill your anxiety. Have something in mind that's stronger than your fears, meaning have something in mind that excites you more than it scares you, right? Because our state of belief is the main reason why we either succeed or fail or don't go for things, right? It's our state of belief, because belief comes in 2 flavors, right? You got faith, which is the positive end. It's the belief in the outcomes that you actually want to see. And you got the other side of belief on the negative pole, which is doubt, which is still belief, but it's belief in things going south. And so you don't want to do that, although we often get caught in that. I'm an example of somebody who gets caught in that, you know what I mean? And so in order to have more faith than doubt, you gotta think about something that excites you. Like, focus on something that you can anticipate, like getting it done, getting it over with. And anticipate how good you'll feel when it's all said and done and you're like, yeah, I got that done. I stepped up to the challenge. I didn't sit back on it all day being a chicken little baby bitch. Baby back bitch, right? I got it done and I can move on with my life, right? And it's like, focus on that instead. To use your emotions to your advantage, right? To use the emotion of anticipation and excitement to your advantage, because emotions are energy in motion. And so to overcome the anxiety brought on by perfectionism, you have to get your inner kung fu right. Be able to block out those doubtful thoughts, because this is how it works. You're gonna get the idea, right? So you'll be like, all right, I want to draw a picture, right? This is mad random, right? I want to draw a picture, or I want to write a book. Okay, so you got the dream, right? As you're considering the dream, you're going to either get doubtful thoughts or faithful thoughts, right? The doubt will say, I can't do it, bro. The faithful ones will be like, I can do it, bro, right? And so whichever one you go with, either way, it's going to trickle down to the heart, and it's going to give you a feeling. And depending on which one hit the heart, you're going to get either anxiety or anticipation. You're going to get anxiety or anticipation, right? If you get anticipation, you're going to get excitement. You're going to get the energy to move and actually do the do, right? But if you get anxiety, you are, instead of being given energy, you get robbed. You get robbed. You lose your energy, and you end up getting stuck where you can't move. You know what I mean? Instead of getting the energy to go forth and do, you get the energy to pull back and pull your pants. Or you get the energy to pull back and stew and sit back and overthink and just be too scared to get on with it. And so then you just give it up. And so when that happens, right, when you got the anxiety, right, so you have the doubt, then you got anxiety, then you got robbed of your energy, then you throw it out the window because you doubt that you can do it perfectly, and that's the issue. The only thing that is perfect is the process of taking action itself. That itself is perfect. And so if you don't do that, then you can't get the perfect outcome. If you don't show up, then you know what I mean? You lose, right? And so yeah, feel the energy, right? Even if you get the doubt and it comes up as anxiety, there's a thin line between anxiety and excitement. Use your mind to generate thoughts about these feelings of anxiety to reframe them as excitement. I'm getting the jitters, like I'm ready, like I'm excited. It's not fear. Reframe it and you can tame it, bro. For real. And so an example for me right now is like, to even make this video, I was actually anticipating getting like into the mix. I was anticipating getting into the mix, like getting on camera and talking to the camera and figuring out what I'm gonna say and getting things to piece together, rather than focusing on, oh man, I'm gonna mess up, oh I'm gonna stammer, I'm gonna fumble my words, I'm gonna not be able to come up with nothing to say, I'm gonna go off topic and talk for 3 years and then not come out with a video at the end and be like, man, I just got all this footage that I can't even use. Like instead of thinking about bull, right? Because we don't want to be on bull, right? We want to be on the side of good, right? Like, so for me to even make this video, because I'm a master procrastinator, right? What? I heard he's a master procrastinator, aka what? I heard he's a master procrastinator,
aka a mental masturbator, bro.
Like, don't do that, right? So what the fuck? I'm lost. Yeah, so when you create an anticipation, like I just gave the example of me anticipating myself having fun making the video. It's been a minute since I made a video. My last video, I was off camera. I just talked to my microphone in the last one, right? But so I haven't been on camera in a minute. And it's like, yo, let's do this. Like, it's playtime. Let's come here and do this thing, right? So yeah. And the last step to not bitch up is to just go forth and do it, dog. Just go do it. To just go do it, bro. Straight up. Because if your fear is about judgment, don't worry about that. And at any event, just don't listen. You know what I mean? And especially for your own criticism, the only thing that you can do is what you can do. So do what you can do. And you'll find out even more of what you can do. You know what I mean? I think I'll leave with this. I think it was the Wall Street Trapper said this, that like, bro, you're gonna be dead way longer than you're gonna be alive. So do what you can while you're here. and forget about all the other stuff, all the self-doubt, all the external doubt, whatever. Like, you know, I got some Sharpie on my hand. Yeah, get over it. At the end of the day, if you're a procrastinator, hopefully you got something out of this to learn how to not bitch up and like excuse like my crudeness and stuff like that. But like, man, I'm just keeping it 100, like, cause that's some bitch shit. Like, straight up, to bitch out, it's straight up to back out immediately, turn around, cringe, and hide. And the only thing you're hiding from is your own greatness. Sure, there is possibility to fail, but that's where you learn. That's where you get stronger. That's where you grow. So all you're doing is hiding from opportunities to get better. And you're hiding from the opportunity to even give yourself a chance to try, which is ultimately hiding from the opportunity to give yourself a chance to shine. And so, like, don't do that. Remember why you're doing stuff. And I didn't even have that in the steps, but yo, just remember why. Throw perfection out the window. Get your internal kung fu together and use anticipation to kill your anxiety. And just do it, dog. And I hope y'all got something out of it. So, live in your world. Dream in mine. Continue to swing. And I'll see you next time. Karate. Boom.
Over